Parables of knowledge. How much is 1 plus 2? In one monastery school there was a very strict mentor. Among other students he had two boys, the hardworking Suta and the lazy Bala. The hard worker Suta was distinguished by diligence, and even in the time allotted for rest, he swept the monastery yard, cut the grass, walked on the water and cleaned the teacher's dress. The lazy Bala, on the contrary, was reputed to be a frivolous fellow. During lessons, he slept, answered at a prompt, and when everyone started cleaning, he tried to hide somewhere in a secluded place and sleep. And there could be no question of cleaning a monk's robe. Once a lazy Bala met a hardworking Sutu in the garden and said, "Well, Sutu, tell me, how much will 1 plus 2 be?" "3," said the hardworking Suta. "Even though you suck up to the teacher all the time, and there's no sense in it," continued the lazy Bala, "you don't know anything. 1 plus 2 is 2. The hardworking Suta began to prove his case, and in the end the boys got into a fight. Just at this time, a teacher was passing by. "What happened? What is it?" he asked. "Oh teacher," said the hard-working Suta, "Bala asked me how much 1 plus 2 would be. I answered, 3, and he keeps saying that 1 plus 2 will be 2. So we quarreled. Is Suta telling the truth?" The teacher asked the lazy Balu sternly. "Yes," the lazy Bala readily confirmed. Then, taking a large palm branch in his hands, the teacher whipped the hard worker Sutu properly. "I'm telling the real truth, I counted correctly. What are you punishing me for?" The hard-working Suta whined. "There are people who just make mistakes," the teacher said sententiously. "And there are stubborn, stupid people. But even more obnoxious are those who try to out-argue them. For example, even though you are convinced that you are right, you still entered into an argument with Bala. Which one of you is the stupider?" A Chinese parable about the art of perfection. The Emperor of China was sitting on a platform under a canopy and reading a book. Downstairs, a master wheelwright was repairing his carriage. The Emperor put down the book and began to observe the actions of the old master, and then asked him, "Why are you so old and repair the carriage yourself? Don't you have an assistant?" The master replied, "Yours truly, sire. I taught my sons the craft, but I can't pass on my art to them. And here the work is responsible. Special art is required." The emperor said, "You're talking too much. Explain your idea more simply." The old master said, "May I ask you what you are reading? And is the person who wrote this book alive?" The emperor began to get angry. The old man, seeing this, said, "Don't be angry, please, I'll explain my thought now. You see, my sons make good wheels, but they have not reached perfection in this business. I have achieved it, but how can I convey my experience to them? The truth in the middle. If you make the wheel strong, it will be heavy and ugly. If you try to make it elegant, it will be unreliable. Where is the line, the measure that I am guided by? She is inside me, I have comprehended her. This is art, but how to convey it? In your carriage, the wheel should be elegant and strong at the same time. So I, the old man, have to make them myself. So is the treatise you are reading. The person who wrote it many centuries ago has achieved a high understanding, but there is no way to convey this understanding." Flint and Flint. having once received a strong blow from a flint. Flint indignantly asked the offender, "Why did you attack me like that? I don't know you. You must be confusing me with someone else. Please leave my sides alone. Don't get angry in vain, neighbor." The flint said with a smile in response, "If you have a little patience, you will soon see what a miracle I will extract from you." At these words, the flint calmed down and began to patiently endure the blows of the flint. And finally, a fire was carved out of it, capable of performing genuine miracles. So Flint's patience was duly rewarded. The parable is told for those who are initially shy in their studies. But if you have patience and show diligence, then the sown seeds of knowledge will certainly give good shoots. The root of learning is bitter, but the fruit is sweet. The parable of true wealth. Once one of the noble people turned to the sage with a question. "Tell me, dear, if you are so smart, why aren't you rich?" To which the sage, turning to his expensive gold-embroidered kaftan, replied, "You see, dear kaftan, my wealth is inside, not outside. After all, when your master falls asleep, he does not take you with him, nor his servants, nor gold, nor anything else. And if he dreams of a tiger running after him, then he will have to run away from the tiger in fear, and not call for help from the servants. Only the ability to run fast will save him from a tiger in a dream. If he dreams that he is freezing in the bitter cold, he will be shaking from the cold and will not be able to take and cover himself with you, a warm kaftan. Only the ability to light a fire will save him from the cold. True wealth is our abilities. They are inside, and outside is only their manifestation." The rich man, amazed that the sage was talking to his kaftan, and not to him, exclaimed, "Yes, you are crazy. How can you talk to my kaftan and not see me, its owner?" To which the sage, smiling, said, "That's how most people are. They talk to the bodies and do not see those who are their masters." Before and after enlightenment. One Zen master was asked, "What did you usually do before you became enlightened?" He said, "I used to chop wood and carry water from the well." Then he was asked, "And now that you have become enlightened, what are you doing?" He replied, "What else can I do? I chop wood and carry water from the well." The questioner was naturally puzzled. He asked, "What's the difference then? Before enlightenment you did this and after enlightenment you do the same. Then what is the difference?" The master laughed and said, "There's a big difference. I used to have to do this, but now it all happens naturally. Previously, I had to make an effort. Before I became enlightened, it was a duty that I had to do, reluctantly, forcing myself. I did it because I was ordered to do it. My teacher told me to chop wood, so I chopped. But deep down I was angry, although outwardly I didn't say anything. Now I just chop wood, because I know the beauty and joy associated with it. I carry water from the well because it is necessary. This is no longer a duty, but my love. I love the old man. It's getting cold. Winter is already knocking. We will need firewood. The teacher is getting older every day. He needs more warmth. It is necessary to heat his home well. It is out of this love that I chop wood. Out of this love, I bring him water from the well. Now there is a big difference. There is no reluctance, no resistance. I'm just responding to the moment and the current need.